everyone, it's Melissa. I go by Stitching Liz here on YouTube. Thanks so much for coming back. I hope you're having a great week. It's so good to see you again. So it's a rainy September morning and it feels a little cozy. So I got myself a little iced coffee drink and I lit my new fall candle that I got on sale for $4 at Home Goods. So excited. And I am going to kit up my fall start. I have one fall chart in my stash that I got recently, and I'm super excited about it. It's called Autumn Alphabet. Now, it was an Etsy purchase, so it's a digital download. I printed it out in black and white. This is what it looks like, but I'll try and insert, oh, hello. Are you saying hi to all your friends? Hi. So now we have a cozy friend joining us. So this is Autumn Alphabet and it's by Willow Hill Samplings on Etsy. And it's got the alphabet and the moon and the pumpkins and the cat and the crow. And the pumpkins are like in teals and light greens and ecru. So I'm super excited about this. Okay, so we had Puppy interrupting us by attacking the phone camera. So I'm just going back really quickly to say that I think this could go out all season because the pumpkins are not bright orange, it's not jack-o'-lanterns. So I think this will be great for fall and Halloween. So I'm super excited about this and I'm gonna kit it up for my stash. Now my stash is a little different than it's been in the past couple of years because I have decluttered it significantly. And if you've been watching my decluttering series, you know that I've been doing some major decluttering recently. I have decluttered my fabric and I will be doing a video on how I did that. That will come out next week. So join me as we kit up Autumn Alphabet so that I can have a really fun, cozy autumn start. Okay, so I am ready to kit up my project. The first thing is that I looked at the called for threads. They're all gentle arts. There's no DMC conversion listed. So I went through and looked at the color image of the project and wrote down the color shading. So like for example, this first one is called Cast Iron Skillet and that's like a gray black. And then there's a Bayberry and that one is like a bluish teal. So I did that for all of the called for colors. It's not very many colors, even though it's a beautifully colorful piece when you look at it. It's not a lot of called for colors. So then what I did was I pulled my DMC boxes that contain the shades I was looking for. So I did pull my black box just in case I felt like I needed it, but I don't think I'm gonna need the black box. I pulled my yellow because there's a couple of very light like ecru colors that could read as a yellow, like a very light yellow. So I pulled my yellow. I pulled my green. There's a couple of colors that might work in the green box. I pulled my blue and teal box. And I did pull my white and ecru box, but I'm not sure if I'll use that pale yellow or the ecru. And I pulled my gray box because I think that dark color that I was thinking might be black might actually be $37.99, which I keep in my gray box. So those are the DMC shades I pulled to be able to pull the colors for this chart. I also brought out my fabric. which you're gonna get a sneak peek of what my fabric now looks like decluttered. So it's in this is a file holder, and I'll explain this more in my decluttering video. But this is my fabric stash. And I think I know which shade I'm gonna be looking for, but I like to pull the floss first and then do a floss toss on the fabric to see what I actually use. So I'm gonna start with that gray black color, and I think I'm gonna right off the bat just pull $37.99 for that. So it's the start of September, and I'm wondering if you are one of those people who starts the fall way back in like August, or if you're a die-hard September 22nd is the first day of fall kind of person. I'm a little bit of both. I love fall so much that I don't like to wait for it, and I miss it when I'm not having it. But I also don't want to rush it and not enjoy it by rushing it. Like, it doesn't feel as special if I'm having a pumpkin spice latte in August when it's 90 degrees. It doesn't feel as special to me as when it's cold and I'm in a sweater and drinking a warm pumpkin spice latte. So I just try and hold off a little bit. I made a vision board for fall. So my vision board has several images. I made it in Canva. I really like Canva. Do you use Canva a lot? So it has several images, and there are things that I want to do in fall if I can get around to it. Oh, bless you, puppy. Did you hear him sneeze? So some of the things that I was considering doing are typical, traditional. So I want to maybe go pick pumpkins or apples, do one of those things. And I think I want to go for a walk at the Arboretum. There's an Arboretum, I live on Long Island, and there's an Arboretum down in the South Shore, and it's beautiful. I went last fall for the first time, and the flowers, just everything blooming was so beautiful. So I would like to go for a walk in the Arboretum again. And I think I want to maybe for the first time ever bake a pie. So I've never made a pie. I really like to bake, and I've never made a pie, but I would really like to make a pie. So I got a pie plate at the thrift store. It's a glass Pyrex pie plate. It's kind of beautiful. It makes me so excited. And I just think that it would be so fun to make a pie. But the thing is that the pie I want to make is not very fall. So I don't know. Like, I would love one day to make an apple pie, but that's not what I'm craving to make. What I'm craving to make is a cherry pie. And I saw this recipe in a new baking book that I got by Sally of Sally's Baking Addiction. So Sally's Baking Addiction has a website, And if you're a baker, if you like baking, you should totally check out her website. But she made a cookbook a couple of years ago, a little while ago, and I have that one. That's the Sally's Baking Addiction cookbook. But she also made a new cookbook called Baking 101, Sally's Baking 101, and I saw a section on pies, and there's a sour cherry pie recipe, and I really think I want to make it. So I don't know how good I will be at baking a pie, having never done it before, but I really want to try it. So that's one of the things on my fall vision board. Okay, so I think I have my colors picked. I'm going to use for the dark gray, black, $37.99. For the bluish teal that's a little darker, I'm going to use $38.10. For the light green that's called evergreen, I'm going to use $33.48. And then for the celery and the moss, when I look at the chart and I look at the cover image, the colors look exactly the same to me. So I'm going to use the same DMC. I'm going to use 10. Even though the called for colors are different, they look the same. So I'm just going to use the same DMC. And then the Forest Glade, I'm going to use 730. And finally, the light teal blue, the Otter Creek, I'm going to use $5.98. Now, I think this is very variegated when you use the actual Gentle Arts thread, and that part of it is this light blue and part of it is different colors. But I'm going to use all light blue because I think it goes well with the rest of the colors, and I like the way it looks in the chart when the thread does pop out blue. So I'm going to use just this light blue. So those are the colors I'm going to use. And now I'm going to look at my fabric and see what I think might work for it. I'm feeling like a gray shade. I'm just not sure how dark to go. Okay, so I have this Fox and Rabbit. Now, I don't know what the name of this is. These are all 16 count Aida. And I don't know what the name of this is, but I had gotten a really large cut of it, and I've been using it on several projects, and it's the nicest fabric to stitch on. So the fact that I know it's really nice to stitch on makes me lean towards this color. But I like to do a floss toss and see how it looks. So that's one choice. Another choice is this, which is Color and Cotton Hearth. I got this as a gift, and it's a really nice gray. It's almost like a purpley gray if you see it in person. And that's what the colors look like on there. And then I have this, it's called Wisely Watson by Those Missing Stitches. This is actually an 18 count, and it's a little lighter, kind of not silvery exactly, but a little silvery. And then lastly, I am considering this, which is more of a light blue. And I can see already that this light blue doesn't really work that well with the teal colors, the bluish teals. I don't like how similar in shade the fabric is to the blues. So I'm not going to use that one. So it's between the other three. And I'm going to consider it a little more. I think this is perfect. This is the fox and rabbit. I think I'm gonna go with the fox and rabbit. So I'll have to measure this out and cut it, and then I can get started on this. But I'm so glad you joined me. Thanks for staying with me while I kitted up my fall start. I hope you're having a great beginning to your September, and I'll see you again soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.